Kill confirmed.
What's up, everybody? This is Dr. Evil Genius back with a gameplay commentary. Today's topic is going to be more on the fitness side, since there seems to be a strong demand to know what the fuck is the kinetic chain and how does it apply to us gamer types. A little bit about the gameplay first. I was using a thermal VKS. Don't ask why I was using a thermal VKS. I don't know. I know that I already had the gold camo for it, so it wasn't for the gold gun series, because I have already recorded the gameplay for this particular weapon for that episode. I don't know if I got pissed off from people camping and hiding in the grass. I don't know what it was, but I decided that it was time to whip out the thermal. So it got really hot. A lot of bullets flew. A lot of people got hit, including one guy I shot in the head and didn't die. You'll see that. So for all you people that like to toss your controllers into walls and shit like that, there will be a clip that will really you have to laugh to keep from crying. So the kinetic chain, how am I going to explain this to you guys in the span of about 10 minutes, because it's a really complex subject. But I'm just going to give you guys some examples of what the kinetic chain really is, its function, and again, as I said, how it applies. If you know anything in the chain, everything is linked together. One part of a link is linked to another chain, part of the link, and it extends all the way out, and you have a chain. Well, the way that your body is designed with links in mind. There's systems of checks and balances in your body. Your skeleton provides the framework for your whole body. It protects vital organs in your trunk. It also provides leverage, because your bones act as levers so that you can move them, you can lift things, you can jump, run, squat, twiddle your thumbs, camp in corners, run and gun, anything that has to do with being able to put force into something to create movement. Your skeleton provides the rigid levers to be able to do that. Your muscles attached to your skeleton with the contractions of your muscles, they move the skeleton. So together they form the kinetic chain, because without one of those two, there's no movement at all. So what I like to call the kinetic chain actually starts down at the ground. If you think back to grade school, you may have heard some song about how the foot is connected to the ankle bone, and the ankle bone is connected to the leg bone. The leg bone is connected to the knee bone and the hip bone, so on and so forth. What the song was really telling you was, these are the links in the kinetic chain, and I like to think of those parts of the kinetic chain as the most important parts, because they're the parts that are connected to the ground. They also bear all of your weight. So if you are 150 pounds, guess what? There's 150 pounds of force when just standing on your ankles and knees and hips and blah, blah, blah. When you're running and jumping or lifting, then you can multiply that force by up to 20. So imagine having a ton of force on your knees because you decided to jump and grab a rebound or something. Playing basketball, or you wanted to catch a football, or you wanted to hit somebody while playing football. Imagine all the force that generates on your body. So your body is built pretty tough, tougher than Ford trucks. So the way that your muscles work is they work in a one on, one off, one on, one off kind of way. So for instance, if your calf muscles are working really hard, and remember that your calf is on the back side of your leg. If your calf muscle is working really hard, then the next link up on the back side of your leg is probably going to be a little bit less active. And the complex that is above that link will be more active. And then the part above that will be less active, and the part above that will be more active. So there's a pattern. And it's the same way in the front of your body. If the front of your legs are not really working all that hard, of your lower leg, then it's likely that your quads or your thigh muscle on the top side is going to be working pretty hard, which means that your abs are probably not working all that hard, because that's the next link in the chain. So it's a one on, one off, one on, one off. But furthermore, if your muscles on the lower back side are working, then the muscles and the muscles that sit right above that in the chain on the front side are not going to be working. And then the next one on the back side is going to be working, and then the next one on the front side is going to be working. So for the people that sit and play video games like we do, or for people that sit in an office for 8 hours a day, your thigh muscles on the top side, which would be the quadriceps, they are working overtime. Your hip flexors are working overtime. Your abs, not so much. Your gluteus minimus, medius, and maximus, not working all that much. Your calf muscles, pretty stressed out. So for a lot of us people that do a lot of sitting, what it does is it makes your quad muscles really strong. It makes your calf muscles really strong. Also very tight as well. I see people pulling quads all the time, straining calf muscles. Oh, I got a Charlie horse. Things like that. Lower back pain, since that's that's part of the posterior chain, which works a lot when your hamstring and your glutes aren't working. Your lower back does a lot of the work. So if you've ever heard anybody say bend at the knees, well, that's why, because you don't want the load on your back. Your back is supposed to just stabilize. You're actually not supposed to be lifting weight with your lower back at all. Your lower back is basically, the muscles in your lower back are there to keep your spine upright so it doesn't snap in half. That's why they're called spinal erectors, because they keep you erect from the back side. So there were a couple of people that were talking about lower back pain. There was one gentleman that he commented on my last video, and he described to me his situation. And I can tell you, if you're doing back breaking work and you have herniated discs in your back, that's because, guess what? You're lifting with your back. When you lift with your back and you're basically using a muscle that is supposed to stabilize and not be load bearing, and then you turn it into load bearing and it can't stabilize, well, the muscle group's ability to stabilize is compromised. So then you wind up with injuries like herniated discs and things of that nature. For other people that don't have herniated disc issues, they have lower back pain. That's because their lower back is tight. They have muscles in the middle of their back that are not working very well at all. They're inactive. Their upper trapezius, or the muscle that goes from basically the back of your shoulders all the way up into your neck, it actually connects to the base of your spine, the base of your skull. That muscle is going to be tight in the back of your neck. And of course, if you're tight there, you're going to be loose in the shoulders. So a lot of people have shoulder pain. And of course, if you're loose in the shoulders and your shoulders are rolled forward, the next link in that chain would be in the upper chest. So if you notice, if your shoulders look like they're pointing forward and you feel like there's a little bit of strain in the side of your chest muscle, the way to fix that is to try to pull your shoulders back and stick your chest out, because your kinetic chain up top is not working well. So understand that your body has a system, and in order for your body to work at optimal efficiency, you need to make sure that the musculature in your body is balanced. You don't want to have muscles working too hard while other muscles are just taking, the whole day off and just letting the other muscles work themselves to death. And it throws your whole body out of whack. So I know this is a gaming channel, but one of the best advices that I can give to you is get the fuck out of the chair. When you're at work, don't sit there for the entire shift. I don't care what your boss says about we got to hit a deadline and blah, blah, blah. Your personal health, if you don't have that, you don't have anything. So I would tell you guys for about 15 minutes, an hour that you spend sitting, stand up, walk around, stretch your hips. Eventually, I will be demonstrating some stretches and some ways that you can massage the muscles in your body so that you're not so tight, and we can try to get some of the balance in. I got to run back to work. I hope this helped. See you in the next video.